Good day, legends. Stop scrolling, chuck the phone on speaker, and strap yourselves in because the biggest scandal in Australian sport since the Cronulla Peptid saga has just detonated right under our noses. Nathan Cleary, the squeaky clean halfback, the poster boy for Penrith's dynasty, the bloke every mum wants her daughter to marry, has allegedly been living a double life that would make James Bond blush. An Instagram model named Sienna Harlow has dropped DNA proof, laboratory grade, 99.9% match, that Cleary fathered her 11-month-old daughter, Harper Rose. And the kicker. Mary Fowler, the Matilda's golden girl, the woman Cleary has been parading around Sydney like a trophy, is reportedly shattered, blindsided, and already on a plane back to Manchester to escape the circus. This is not gossip. This is not a rumour. This is the story that could end careers, torch relationships, and rip the NRL's golden couple apart before the ink is dry on the 2026 Origin squad. Welcome to Unpopular Aussie Opinions, where we do not flinch from the truth, no matter how ugly it gets. Let us break it all down, piece by filthy piece. Picture this. It is October 2023. Penrith has just completed the three-peat. The streets of the foot of the mountains are a sea of black and teal. Nathan Cleary is 25 years old, fresh off a Clive Churchill medal performance, and the world is his oyster. The official celebrations wrap up, but the real party kicks off at a secret rooftop venue in Sydney CBD. No signage, no public guest list, just a QR code for entry and NDAs thicker than a prop's neck. The Panthers hierarchy is there, sponsors are flashing cash, and the champagne is flowing like the Hawkesbury in flood season. Somewhere in that crowd is Sienna Harlow, 24, Gold Coast-based, 320,000 Instagram followers, known for bikini shoots and sponsored protein shakes. How she got in? Sources say a Panthers reserve grader slid her the code after a DM exchange that started with "Love the Grand Final" and ended with "Meet me at the bar." Eyewitnesses, and I have spoken to 3 who were inside the rope, swear Cleary and Harlow were glued together from midnight until the lights came up. One staffer who was pouring drinks told me Cleary ordered 2 bottles of Dom Perignon to a private booth, and the pair vanished behind the velvet curtain for over 2 hours. Security footage, which the venue refuses to release, allegedly shows them leaving together in the service lift at 4:30 in the morning. Cleary's driver picked him up from a back alley, and Harlow was dropped at a 5-star hotel in Darling Harbour. That is the last anyone saw of them together, publicly. Fast forward 9 months. Harper Rose Harlow is born on the 7th of July 2024 at a private maternity ward on the Gold Coast. Birth certificate: Mother Sienna Jade Harlow, father listed as unknown. But Sienna's inner circle, her manager, her best mate from high school, even the midwife who delivered the baby, all heard the same name whispered: Nathan Cleary. For months, Sienna played the single mum card like a pro. Cryptic Instagram captions: "Stronger alone," "My little secret," black and white photos of tiny feet. Meanwhile, Cleary is posting loved-up shots with Mary Fowler, beach walks in Cairns, coffee dates in Manly, the whole Instagram official romance that had footy WAG Twitter in a meltdown. Here is where the DNA bomb drops. Sienna, according to documents leaked to this channel, paid for a private paternity test in February this year. She sent a lock of Harper's hair and a swab from a water bottle Cleary left at a Sydney photo shoot in December 2023. The lab, a certified facility in Brisbane, returned results on the 28th of February. Probability of paternity 99.987%. She has the paperwork, stamped, signed, and ready to go public. And she is not asking for a quiet payout. Word is she wants a formal acknowledgement, a trust fund for Harper, and a sit-down interview on national television. The Panthers know. Cleary's management knows. Mary Fowler found out 3 days ago. Let us talk about Mary for a second, because this is the part that turns your stomach. Fowler is in the middle of pre-season with Manchester City. She flew home last week for a sponsored event in Sydney, all smiles, holding Cleary's hand outside a cafe in Surrey Hills. Paparazzi snapped them, the photos went viral, #ClearFowler forever trending. 48 hours later, Sienna's manager slides into Fowler's DMS with a preview of the DNA report. Mary reportedly locked herself in her hotel room, cancelled all media, and booked the first flight back to the UK. Sources close to the Matildas say she has not spoken to Cleary since. Her phone is off, her Instagram stories are gone, and her teammates are under strict instructions: no comment. Now, the Panthers are in damage control overdrive. The club has lawyered up, hired a crisis PR firm that usually handles mining disasters, and is trying to negotiate a gag order. But Sienna is not budging. She has retained a heavy-hitting Sydney solicitor who specialises in high-profile paternity cases. The same firm, by the way, that represented the model in the 2019 Ben Barber scandal. They are preparing to file in the family court if Cleary does not acknowledge Harper by the end of this month. And the NRL Integrity Unit? They are watching like hawks. If Cleary has been less than honest in any welfare check-ins, if he has misled the club about personal conduct, he could face a please explain that ends with a fine or, worse, a suspension that rules him out of the 2026 World Cup. Let us not kid ourselves. This is bigger than footy. This is a morality play for the Instagram age. Cleary has built his brand on being the anti-bad boy. No tattoos, no nightclub photos, no scandals. He is the kid who still lives at home with mum and dad in Penrith, who thanks the Lord after every try, who does school visits and reads to kindergartners. Sponsors love him. Nike has him locked in until 2028. The NRL uses his face on billboards that say respect. If this DNA test holds up, every one of those deals is on the chopping block. And the fallout for Mary Fowler? She is 22 years old, on the cusp of a Ballon d'Or nomination, and now the entire country is dissecting her love life. The Matilda's PR machine is already drafting statements about focusing on football. But here is the unpopular opinion you will not hear anywhere else. Nathan Cleary is not the villain the tabloids want him to be, and Sienna Harlow is not the gold-digging home wrecker the Panthers want you to believe. This is what happens when you put 20-something superstars in a pressure cooker of fame, money, and zero accountability. One night, one bad decision, one moment of thinking the rules do not apply because you are the king of the mountain. Cleary is human. He stuffed up. The question is whether he owns it or hides behind lawyers and NDAs until the story dies. And Sienna. She is a mum trying to secure her daughter's future. If the test is real, Harper deserves a dad, not a ghost. The ripple effects are only starting. Penrith's salary cap is suddenly under the microscope. If Cleary coughs up child support, that is $500,000 a year minimum, money the club might have to find under the table to keep their halfback happy. Jerome Luai, already on the outer, is reportedly fuming that the club is prioritising damage control for Cleary while lowballing his own extension. And Mary Fowler's marketability? Sponsors are nervous. A major skincare brand has paused a six-figure campaign pending clarification of personal matters. We have reached out to Cleary's camp, the Panthers, and Fowler's management. Crickets. But the documents are real. The lab report is circulating in journo group chats as we speak. Sienna is scheduled to appear on a current affairs program next week unless a deal is struck. And Harper Rose. She is 11 months old, oblivious, probably chewing on a Panthers teddy bear right now, while the adults around her turn her existence into front-page clickbait. So here is my take, the unpopular one. Let the kid have her dad. Let Mary walk away with her head high. Let the Panthers cop the PR hit and move on. Because in 5 years, when Harper is starting kindy and asking why her daddy is on TV, the only thing that will matter is whether Nathan Cleary chose to be a man or a myth. The game goes on. The trophies will still be lifted. But reputations? Those shatter like glass. That is all we have time for today, legends. If you want the full DNA report, the leaked text messages, and the never-before-seen photos from that rooftop night, smash the subscribe button and turn on notifications. Drop your thoughts below. Is Cleary cooked, or will the NRL protect its golden goose? First 50 comments get pinned. Until next time, keep your opinions unpopular and your hearts honest. We are out.